Hey everybody, my name is Steve Jaramillo from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Alright, so I'm doing a video about, again, businesses that support Gangstalking. Alright, so I've done a lot of videos about PBL plasma at 701 2nd Street Southwest, 87105, near the downtown area. Alright, so I've been a donor there for a long time. You know, before I started my business, I've had my business going on over 10 years now, so I've been a donor longer than 10 years, at least a couple of years longer than that. So just like any other person, you know, need to find an extra income. So I go over there, donate, make 60 bucks, 70 bucks, whatever per week. You can go twice a week. So anyway, I've been a victim from Gangstalking since I was 17. If you go to my Facebook, you can see my testimony, how I became a victim, how it started, when it started, who was responsible for the targeting against me, for me falling into the program of being a targeted victim from Gangstalking. Okay, so anyway, you know, I was going to PBL. At that time, I used to go like twice a week and didn't miss a beat because, you know, I needed the money. I was struggling, you know, just like some people out there. So anyway, as time went on, progressed, you know, I knew I was under the program from being a victim. I never thought that a business like PBL, you know, or a business period would actually get themselves involved and support it and bring it onto their business. You know, it's bad for business. I mean, every business wants good reviews. They want to make the customers feel safe. They want to get the confidence of the customers, you know, of their donors. They're at PBL, not with any company. You know, they do my company. You know, we rely on our reviews. And that's how we get, you know, work to come in. We can stay at a steady pace, whatever. So anyway, as time goes on, you know, I started noticing things like I noticed, you know, from family and friends, and making smirks and kind of pushing you away. Okay, right? So I noticed that with the employees. But the worst part about it was the employees would make smart remarks towards me. And they would, a lot of them were sexual remarks too, you know, that's the worst part. Allow your employees to make sexual comments towards somebody. And you, at the donation place, there's a lot of beds, right? Everybody's there with the needle and they're taking the blood and separating the plasma and the blood. So everybody's right sitting next to each other. And they have rows and rows of people, right? And they'll make sexual remarks, right? And other employees would smirk and laugh, and there'd be one person actually would make the remarks, and his name was Thomas, African American there. And he would scream out loud. He would say something very sexual and very uncalled for, you know. And I picked it up. It was towards me. You can pick it up when they're looking at you and giving you that unwelcome look. Okay, so anyway. They would do stuff like that, you know, and I picked it up. So, and they would start doing stuff to like push me from donating, like making me feel unwelcome, right? You know, and you can pick up stuff like that. You know, at first, they didn't pick it up quite that quick, you know, and I kind of thought, well, why are they treating me like that, you know, and then it got on. And the way I really snapped was, one day I was over there, and I was denied to donate. Something about, they do some certain tests you got to pass. It's a progress that you got to do. And at first, I passed all the progressing process with flying colors. I would always pass, you know, make it. And all of a sudden, I started struggling to pass. I couldn't understand it. Most of it was heart rate. They'll take your heart rate. You got to have so many beats per minute or whatever your heart rate is. And then I would go check my heart rate somewhere else, you know, and I was like, it looks normal to me, but over there it would be high. I couldn't understand that. I couldn't figure that out. But it was their way to push you, you know, they don't want you there. It's to make you feel unwelcome. They got their little ways to, they don't want somebody there. They got their little manipulate ways to keep somebody from donating if wanted to be. Okay. All right, so then, the way I noticed, I caught on what was going on. One day when I didn't pass, I went outside, and this lady comes up to me, right? She goes, hey, you got a cigarette? I didn't pass this, that. And I looked at her, I was like, I know this lady. Where do I know this lady from? And I snapped, She's one of the gang stalkers that have been stalking me. I recognized her from other encounters, right? I caught on that day. My gang stalkers are here. And they convinced the company. And so then, ever since from that point on, and this was probably a couple years after I was donating either. So I noticed I would always have problems. And that's when all the smart remarks started coming and the sexual comments and stuff like that, right? So then, how they convinced them to go ahead and start siding with them, or convince them to go along. This is how what happened one time. They used to have a security guard. He was an African American, real big guy, you know, thug looking too. But you know, I'm not trying to discriminate him in any kind of way about when I said thug looking, but you know, he was. So you'll see the reason why I said that. So he'd walk around the baton, and the reason why they had to hire security at that time was because they used to pay out cash. Because they had a lot of cash there in hand. I mean, you know, everybody, you go donate, you take your ticket, and then they pay you cash. $20 here. Some people, the second donation, $40 up to $60, maybe even more with bonuses, I don't know. So there was cash involved. So they had to have security. Okay, so one time I went to go donate, right? And the place was closed, and it was a regular donating day during the weekday, and I was like, why is it closed? So I went back like the next day, and everybody was talking about the security guard. He got caught. They threw a sting operation on him. They caught him selling drugs, crack cocaine, and everybody was talking about how the police were there, and they're threatening to take the business away because he was making it and selling it there. I don't know, processing it. Or they said he went in the break room. I don't know the whole story, but just what I heard. And evidently it was a big quantity amount, you know. Something like, I don't know, a couple hundred or more. Or I'm not quite sure exactly how much. I don't want to try to say how much it was, but evidently it was quite a bit. So what the gang talkers did, like what they do with the rest of us, they do illegal surveillance. Right? So they did illegal surveillance against employees, and what they did was they found out something going on, you know. And I kind of don't blame them for stopping something like that, because you know that will jeopardize your business. But the way they did it was illegal. Okay, so what they did was they manipulated PBL by showing them, hey, look, we can keep an eye on your employees, make sure nobody thieves from you, nobody, you know, vandalizes your business or jeopardizes your business in any kind of way, like selling drugs at your place of business, and you can lose everything that you own. Okay, so they manipulated them. They caught them, they arrested them, and they gained their favor. That was it. Hook and sink. They hooked them and sinked them. Okay, so now that they got them under their wing, or you know, got them under their tail, so now they manipulate them. We did this for you, now you do this for us. Okay, so now they got them signed up under the Gangstalking program. Okay, so now since they got them favored and stuff like that, they somebody like me that's a victim from Gangstalking, to say this is this and watch them. They illegally, they gave them opportunity to watch me in my privacy and do illegal things, you know, and manipulate the system to prevent me from donating, stuff like that. And not only the employees, but the management. And that's why the employees there will make smart remarks about me and my privacy, you know, because they're illegally watching me in my home, taking a bath, changing my clothes, you know, private moments, whatever, you know. And anybody in my household, you know, at that time, back when then I had little kids, you know, and they would be in my house, you know, and they go take baths and change their clothes and, you know, whatever. And anybody in my household, they have the opportunity to watch them. Not just me, but anybody in that household, okay? So that's illegal privacy rights violations. And done from the employees and management, approved from the management and the employees doing it. Okay, so that's kind of how, you know, it started. And I strongly feel that's exactly how it started. You know, I've been a victim for such a long time, I can kind of pick out things, you know. You start hearing things and you can kind of put things, you know, 1 and 2 together. 1 and 1 plus 2, whatever. Okay, so that's how it started. So, I mean, is that good for a company to do something like that? I mean, no company wants to jeopardize their business by getting involved with an illegal organization such as Gangstalking. Bring it into their corporation. You know, that puts the public at risk. It shows the public that they're not loyal to them, that they're not going to keep their privacy safe, they're not going to keep their information safe, that they're not going to maybe jeopardize them and becoming a victim. They're showing they're non-trustworthy to the public. And that's how PBL started becoming a victim. I mean, becoming gang stalker and putting victims like me into jeopardy and the rest of their donators there. All right, so the big question is, can you trust PBL? Can you trust them with your privacy? Can you trust them with your private information? Can you trust them not to invade your family's privacy? That's the big question. So will you continue using PBL? That's up to you. I can't tell you what to do, but don't support gang stalking by using PBL. I can say that. Okay? The rest of you guys stay safe, stay strong, never give up. Go to my Facebook. Oh, something I want to pinpoint to. I just all of a sudden, out of the blue, decided to say this against PBL. If you go to my Facebook, Mary Dave in Albuquerque, for about the past 3 years or so, I mean, if you go through all my posts and you can, if you took the time to do that, you can see many posts I have said about PBL. I've done many posts, and I've talked about my experience with PBL. Okay, there's like when they would do the sexual remarks, I post it. You know, and so I've got a paper trail. You can call it a paper trail if you like. I've got a paper trail from the past 3 years, 4 years, maybe even not. I don't think I've only had my Facebook going on 3 years, I think. So since I started my Facebook, periodically I've talked about PBL, and it's about all my experience, all the experience I've done that they've done to me. So you can see that it's a work in progress to me making these claims against them. It wasn't just out of the blue, I'm going to go after a company and ruin the company. No, they ruined themselves. They put themselves in this position. Okay, so go to my Facebook, Mary Dave in Albuquerque. Check out all my posts, and you'll see many posts. Even when one time there was this incident, right? They had me down. They hooked me all up. Within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, a couple minutes, right in the middle of the process, just started. Right? Usually there for at least 15, 20 minutes once they hook you up, and it takes probably 30, 40 minutes, I guess, total. That's what I'm guessing. So within 5, 10 minutes, less than that, a tube popped out right from the machine. And I looked at the tube, and I've never seen a tube pop out from anybody. So the tube popped out, the machine started beeping. They came and started unhooking me, and they told me, sorry, man, but you can't donate for 90 days. I was like, donate for 90 days? What did I do wrong? And evidently the bowl was full of my blood, and I lost, it's called a blood loss. And I was thinking, well, why can't you just hook the tube back up, restart it, and pump my blood back? But they said, no, I can't do that. So evidently it was set up to, that was their way to manipulate me from donating. I mean, I'm sure it was something simple that they could have fixed or solved the problem, but no. And it was, the person who did that was Thomas. There you go. I remember him. He's the one that hooked me up. I was like, oh, why can't you just put the tube back on and start the machine? Oh, we can't do that. That's not part of the process. And so I couldn't go for 90 days. And that's also on my Facebook. I've done a lot of emails to one of the management. She's a tall lady, kind of big. I'm not talking about fat, I'm just talking, you know, a little thicker. I'm just kidding, so thicker than me. So anyway, her name's Esther, management there. So I actually called and wanted to make a formal complaint. You know, that's bogus, that was wrong. I was manipulated to prevent me from donating. You know, I wanted to talk to her, and I wanted to talk to her about Thomas's actions towards me with these sexual remarks and you know, his comments and smirks, and the employees going on and laughing. I want to return my phone call. So I would send them email after email after email, and I never once got one email returned back from them. Never. Not once said we apologize for the situation and we'll look into the matter or anything. Nothing. Not even like, I'm sorry, Steve Jaramillo, if your experience was bad with PBL, or we'll work on, and nothing. They ignored it. And when I finally got kicked out, when I got banned, let me tell you how I got. And if you go to my YouTube channel, or you go, just click on PBL, you'll see one of a guy, I think he's wearing a red shirt. One of my first videos there. Actually, it was the first video I did at PBL. When he called me in the office and told me I could no longer donate, I was permanently banned. They called it, I don't know, they called it initial permanently banned, I guess. So anyway, he tells me I can no longer donate it, permanently banned, because of they're receiving mail of mine, of me, magazines. I was like, mail? What kind of mail? He said that magazines were getting delivered there under my name. Well, how does that? If so I asked them, do you have the magazines? They said, no, we don't have, we toss them. So, okay, well, how can you make the claims if you have no proof? And they said that they can. So if you go, you can see that I actually recorded them. I brought out 2 phones. I put one on for the voice recording, and then when I went ahead and turned on my recorder on my second phone, I was video recording them, you know, with the voice. And he got all hippy puffy, and you can't videotape me, and he walked out. So then I turned that one off, but I left the voice recording. So I got 2 videos. One of the video, him and I, and one of just the recording, voice recording only. So you can go in there and watch how I accused them of being, why am I getting banned? Because I accused them of being part of the Gangstalking, involved with it. They never denied it, but I was banned, boom, kicked out. Anyway, so go to my Facebook, Mary Dave in Albuquerque, check out the videos. Check out the videos on YouTube, and check out, you can, if you want to go back and see many posts, you'll see lots of them about PBL. You know, you might be like 3 months separate, you'll see 1, 2, 3 of them. I do kind of do them in groups together, but you can see how it worked out to where it came up to this point where I make a lot of videos against PBL plasma. Anyway, like I said earlier, stay strong, stay safe, never give up. For the rest of my fellow targeted victims out there, will you use PBL plasma? It's your choice. Peace, baby.